there are 5 phases. Ebola is phase 3. They said there are others incubating in caves in other countries, primarily Africa, that are far worse than Ebola.
Wow.
You think about what could happen, what the future might hold.
Yeah, there are antibiotic-resistant bacterial infections that are
already in hospitals.
In hospitals already.
MRSA and MISA.
MRSA, my God. And what, 2002, I think it was SARS.
SARS.
Yeah, my friend in China says the avian, the bird flu, is a horrible affliction. Well, that would be viral, right?
Yeah.
Think about this. It sounds scary. But think about what's going on out there that we don't know about.
Yeah.
We just don't know.
That's true.
You don't know what might be incubating, what science might be creating.
Creating?
What just could be
They're creating a mammoth.
The what?
They're going to create a mammoth.
No, the woolly mammoth. Dr. Bill is not in favor of it.
They found one with blood in its
blood, yes.
fossil.
Living cells, yeah.
Clone one.
They can clone one, sure.
Well, next, a couple of years, look out your window, you might see a saber-toothed tiger go by.
Yeah, that's not good.
I don't want no stinking woolly mammoth running around Lodi.
Maybe he's got woolly balls.
So much could really happen. Certain things like stem cell research, I think is great. I think it's wonderful. Because...
Yeah, well, the Republicans don't.
Well, they should.
They don't.
You've got the paralyzed people, the whole...
Playing God.
Whatever. Hey, Reverend Bill.
Yeah.
Your heart's bad. You need a transplant. Now you go and say, hey, Reverend, your heart's bad. You grow your new one, your own DNA.
There you go.
It's no big deal. It's no longer... What it does, it's no longer a death sentence. We are not a great species. We can't lose a limb and grow it back like bugs. But with stem cell, you can. And it's your own DNA, so what's that mean?
But the Republicans say that's playing God.
You don't need a donor.
You need anything you've got. Bad lungs? What could you... Well, we'll do here. Come back in 1 week, whatever.
Yeah.
But they have a clinic. Everything. They have a laboratory that's doing that in the United States, Billy, but guess what? Only the rich can afford it.
That's not good either, but that's why you need competition. With competition, it brings the prices down.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about a donor now, organ donors.
No, you don't. You have a bad heart, a limb, or this or that, we'll grow you one. You have brain cancer, we'll grow your new brain, your own DNA.
I need a new brain.
I could picture Billy...
Donovan's brain.
I could picture Billy being cloned, okay, right like before he's ready to expire, cloning Billy and transferring his memory into the new cloned Bill, or maybe a cyborg Bill.
Well, to all your
Spock
out there, I'd rather say I hope they can start cloning soon, because I would date myself.
Yeah, then you could date yourself, right?
Yeah, hi, want to go out, Bill? Yeah, I love you. I mean, it would be fun.
At least that way you could test the theory that these dating services use, that if you are both of the same mind, etc., you will be happy.
Yep.
I don't think so.
Do anything. It can be governed. People say we're worried about what if this should happen. We're talking about fixing failing organs, replacing them with healthy organs. Okay, not over a super society or anything like that.
Now, how do they know? How do the religious nuts, the evangelical fundamentalists, know that it's not God's work to actually help a paralyzed person through stem cell research? I mean, to me, that's God's work.
Well, what is God's work? What is it? Last night, I forget what show it was. It's a new one called The Wormhole, when Morgan Freeman's the host, blah, blah, blah. And
yeah.
It's the most memorable.
Yes, good show.
He said, did God create man? Or did man create God?
It's Morgan Freeman. It's a new show on...
we don't know.
Sci-Fi, is it? Is it on Sci-Fi or History Channel?
No, that was, I think it was either the History or the AMC.
It's called Wormhole?
Wormhole, yes.
Yeah, William Shatner has...
Wormhole Exploring the Universe.
Oh, yeah. Quantum physicist.
He was on Daily Show explaining that.
No matter what you bring up, James and Reverend Bill, you'll have skeptics. Oh, I don't believe that. Or blah, blah, blah. Show me a successful skeptic sometime, okay?
Well, we're gonna get back to these readings. You're more than welcome to sit in and listen to them.
Oh, they're great. But gentlemen, I do have to run. Can I come back on one of your shows?
Yeah.
Shortly?
Yeah, we could do this again. Listen,
I'd like.
I'm going to
I
see.
hear you have some great listeners, a lot of listeners. I think it's wonderful. It's been fun.
Okay, and how long are you going to be in LA for?
3-4 days. That's all.
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk to you tonight because we have a show to do tomorrow with
Right.
William H. Morrow III. Well, no, it's not tomorrow, but when William H. Morrow III gets back really soon to New Jersey, we're going to be doing a show with a fine young gentleman that is extremely talented in terms of cartoon voices and radio voice. And we're going to...
Tom.
Yes, with Tom.
A friend of both of ours.
All three of us in person in the same show. Billy will be back on the East Coast, back in northern New Jersey, and we're going to do this show soon when Billy gets back from LA. Bill, thank you for joining us.
Hey, James, thanks for having me. Reverend, pleasure.
So long. So long.
Okay, Billy.
More shortly, everyone.
Yes, we'll do it again.
All right, everybody. You have a nice evening, and
Yes.
all your listeners do the same.
All right, bye-bye. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye. Take care, people. Bye-bye.
I hope that came through.
Yeah, I hope so, because usually the microphones are more sensitive than the human ear, so I hope Billy's voice was amply recorded.
That particular, some of the videos that I've been seeing lately, the microphones are very, very good. So I hope that thing did pick up that.
Well, every time I listen to one of our Mega Life 21 talk shows, whether it be me doing it live with somebody from a long distance, or whether it be on location like we do now,
And the dog barking.
it's amazing how the volume is always much louder when I watch the show than what I perceive with my own ear.
True. Maybe it has an equalizer that equalizes the volumes.
Well,
And everything comes out the same like.
Well, there is a mechanism, there is a software where, I have it set to on automatic where
Yeah.
it has a volume equalizer.
Yeah.
There you go.
That could do it.
There you go.
That could do it.
All right, well, we got some time for a few good articles.
Here's to the American goldfinch.
Did you say goldfish?
Goldfinch.
Oh, goldfinch. I was going to say, I got a couple nice goldfish at home in my aquarium. Oh, goldfinch, the bird. You know it's good luck in German folklore? The goldfinch in German, in the Amish country, where the Germans, the Pennsylvania Deutsch, the Germans in Lancaster County, they have the Amish hex of the goldfinch, the double two birds facing each other. Well, that's a goldfinch. It's supposed to be good luck in German.
A staple of the backyards of North Jersey. And
I haven't seen any in my yard.
and our official state bird.
The goldfinch is the state bird of New Jersey. All I see is robins and cardinals and rarely a blue jay. I don't see any other.
Rockin' Roberts?
Yeah, how'd you guess? Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweedly tweet. Up in the treetop all the day long, rockin' and a bobbin' and singing his song. All the little birdies on Jaybird streets.
Love to hear the robin go tweet,
Tweet, tweet, tweet, rockin' Robin, tweet, twiddly tweet, rockin' Robin. Yeah, well, you know what? The robins are funny as hell. Well, first of all, they have no fear. They follow me around. They come up to me like within 5 feet of me and stare at me. They got their chest out. They got a red breast, so maybe it's a male. They got a big pecs, big chest, red. The rest of them is like what, charcoal gray or black?
Brown? I don't know.
Something like that. Anyway,
I don't think I've seen a robin this year.
they are carnivorous.
Ah,
They like worms.
worms.
Earth
Especially when they come out after a rain.
That's what I'm getting to. I
Ah.
drove home, and it stopped raining as I was approaching the house. As I parked the car in front of the house, it looked just like a cartoon. I see a robin playing tug of war with a big night crawler trying to pull it out of the ground. And it was struggling. It must have been a big worm because it was struggling and it was pulling so hard. And I just watched this. And the robin won.
Did he pull it apart?
He pulled, no, he got it out.
The whole thing? How the hell is he going to swallow it?
It was, you know, birds
What is he,
have,
an anaconda?
birds have quite an appetite, you know.
So do pigs.
Yeah.
I saw
It was
pigs.
funny. It was funny. He was trying to pull it out, and the worm was going back in, and he's rearing back, and the worm was going back in, back and forth, back and forth. It was cute, actually. You know.
I saw a pig
Rockin' Robin. Tweet.
eat 50 corn cobs. Full corn cobs.
With the husk.
With the husk.
Oh, he's got those. They have those molars that
Against
grind
a guy.
Yeah.
The pig ate 50.
Uh huh.
The guy ate something like 27.
20.
So the pig won.
What do you mean 27? Not the
The
husk.
guy didn't eat the husks. He just circled the corn and ate the
You
corn.
mean like spinned it around?
Yeah.
Like
a typewriter.
Like a typewriter.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they eat corn in the cob in a cartoon, right?
Yeah.
Like a typewriter.
Yeah.
But the pig ate it all.
Pig ate it all.
Wow.
Pig ate it all.
Didn't
ate
even
it
save it to make corn cob pipes. Just,
Nope. No pipes. No pipes. Just went down his pipe.
A
The right
pig
pipe.
is not called a pig
For nothing.
for nothing.
And that snout of his
Very sensitive.
is like a bulldozer.
Yeah, but you know they could smell truffles in the on the
That
ground.
too. Yeah.
They're
It's a
sensitive.
wonder though that the nostrils don't get filled up with dirt.
A pig's sense of smell is actually keener than a dog, believe it or not. And pigs are quite intelligent, so it amazes me how an intelligent animal who wags its tail when it's happy, just like a dog, how it ended up becoming a food entree for humans. Like the history of...
Well, Islam and Jews don't eat pig.
Well, look at goats. Goats are eaten in many cultures, and goats are very friendly animals.
You know, they're very friendly.
Yeah.
And what was that? They have. Is it the goats? I believe it's the goats. They are a predator's dream.
A
They have
goat?
no defenses.
A goat.
A goat, except their peripheral vision. They have
Oh.
extensive peripheral
They
vision. I
just
believe
can-
it was the goat.
They like an antelope. They run.
Yeah, to get away.
Well, what about
So
sheep?
does a coyote.
What about sheep? They don't have any
Sheep,
defense.
No, they have herding. They collect together. That's their defense. That's why the border collie can herd them. Is because when the border collie, focuses them in their eyes, they turn around and go the opposite direction.
Well,
But as a herd,
all social herbivores form herds. You know, they all, when you think about it.
well, whatever. But these do it for protection because they have no protection.
Horses too. Wild mustangs. They're fast. They have stats.
But they can, like the giraffe, they can kick with their back heels.
Some of these animals that do not have formidable horns can also mule kick you in the head. That's true, but they also, don't forget, a vegetarian, a herbivore has stamina, whereas the carnivore does not. Like the carnivore, the big cats have to catch you within a certain period of time, otherwise they run out of gas. They don't
gotta
have.
sleep a lot. Just
They
like
sleep
domestic
a lot,
cats.
and they have to reserve their energy, and they don't have the stamina that a grazing herbivore has.
Yeah.
You know, so that's how they get away. That's how the herbivores get away.
This little guy is so common that it's too often taken for granted.
The goldfinch.
Now is the perfect time to redress that wrong.
Oh,
These
yeah.
dynamic birds are now appearing at a bird feeding near you.
Oh, I take that back. I also see mockingbirds, and
I hate mockingbirds. They're always mocking me.
yeah, they're always like going.
Yeah.
You know, ha ha ha! Look at that!
Sons
Look at
of
that
bitches.
schmuck over there! Look at that putz! Look at that!
Yeah.
No, and I see. I got lots of wild doves that cry in the morning. You know,
Woo.
and crows, but only in the morning. I don't know where crows go, like in the afternoon.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're
I often wonder where ducks go when they leave here.
ducks. I see ducks and geese all the time.
Yeah, but they're over here by the little creeky here, and they spend the day, and then
Maybe-
they fly off
Maybe
somewhere.
they fly over to another little creeky.
Where do they sleep? They don't have burrows. Why?
The tributary. What is it? The Saddle River.
Yeah.
There's a congregation over there. They go where there's food.
Yeah, but I'm talking about at night.
I mean,
at night.
oh, at night.
What do they do at night?
Where they sleep?
What are they? They just sit and tuck their head under their wing?
Oh yeah, that's how they go night night, right?
Yeah, but that's like being a sitting duck. Sitting duck.
So he even thought that was funny. He's smiling.
You know that mustache is Salvador Dali. You know. That's
He had a
Salvador
mustache like
Dali
that?
mustache. Oh yeah, when he went up like that.
Surrealism.
Yeah.
Or in the old days, they also had bee wax applied to their
Oh, I
mustache.
had one once. I had it.
You had the bee waxed
Huh?
mustache? Really?
Especially if you have a feeder in your yard.
What does the goldfinch eat, may I ask?
Niger seeds.
That's all they eat?
NYJER seeds.
They won't eat any of the seed?
That's what it says here. I have no idea about goldfinches. I'm learning here. You may have noticed that the males are dressed in their the males are dressed in their sexiest bright yellow these days.
Well, all birds have the coloration. The females are very drab.
Prepping for the breeding season that begins later this month.
I think that's why Mother Nature did that, so the females will not attract attention to the nest. If the females were colorful, maybe predators that eat eggs will be attracted to the nest.
Or maybe there'll be too many suitors. And maybe she can only handle one at a time.
Well, I think it's the
So the males, you know,
the males
they
put
got the tongue out.
well the males put on a display to attract the female bird. The female chooses
Him, yeah.
the male. They actually get turned down, believe it or not. I always thought animals just like sniff and mount each other. No, they actually get rejected.
Some are losers. Some are
Wow,
losers.
they're turned down. That doesn't make them a loser.
They're
I
a
mean,
loser. Some say they are the handsomest finch this side of Gregory Peck in To Kill a Mockingbird.
Gregory Peck. No pun intended.
According to Judy Cinquina, who teaches birding courses for the Midland Park Continuing Education Program.
Does that include bird calls? Or just bird watching, Audubon Society?
These finches get their golden color from the seeds they eat.
Like a salmon gets its color from perhaps the krill that it eats?
They are dependent on thistle and other seeds that ripen in the summer.
Thistle.
So they don't breed until late June or early July. Goldfinches line their nests with thistle and other plant down. Cinquina says, and feed their young a regurgitated gruel of seeds.
A regurgitated gruel. Lovely thought. You eat that, don't you?
Oh yeah, all the time. The vegan diet may not sound too appetizing, but it pays dividends. Although brown-headed cowbirds will lay eggs in goldfinch nests, the cowbird chicks rarely survive because they can't get enough sustenance from the seed gruel fed to them by their foster parent.
I had gruel today. I had steel-cut oatmeal, organic steel-cut oatmeal.
That's gruel.
With
That's really gruel.
with coconut palm sugar, low glycemic, and cinnamon.
Cinnamon is very good.
And a touch of sea salt, and that's what I had for breakfast.
Now, I was reading the book on Dr. Boteco's breathing methods for asthma, and it is stated in there that if you're going to have an asthma attack,
Right.
warm water and sea salt, like a teaspoon or whatever,
Like if you have
will stop it
like if
in
you
its track.
almost like if you had a sore throat and you wanted to gargle with salty water.
Well, this you swallow, as far as I'm.
Oh, really? What's the ratio of salt to water? I mean,
It's like a teaspoon, I think.
a teaspoon of
I'd have to look at it again, but
a teaspoon of Please let me know about the dosage per
because
cup.
because it says it stops it in its tracks.
And really,
Yeah. And learning this Boteco method of breathing,
yeah.
wherein you actually breathe less. The theory is that the more carbon dioxide you have
Hyperventilation?
left in your, that's the cause of the asthma. What he wants to do is give you more CO2 in your lungs,
Unless,
so that you do not hyperventilate.
yeah, that
You
prevents.
see, because if you're an asthmatic, you can't breathe. So the thing is, you want to breathe more.
Is that why many people breathe into like a small paper bag? Or
Yeah, that's what they say, but that's not the. What you do is you would breathe normally, and then you would hold your breath for as long as you could, 20, 30, 40 seconds. And that replenishes the CO2 in your lungs, and then you breathe normally.
Well, I always recommend the 10 grams of Twin Lab Super C, which has high bioflavonoids for asthmatics, because vitamin C is an outstanding antihistamine, an immune system stimulator, builder, and of course,
Well, this should be part of your,
yeah, bioflavonoids, including quercetin, is perfect for severe allergy sufferers, which is what asthma is.
Yeah.
And don't forget the vitamin A, the natural vitamin A from the retinol from fish liver oils, A and D.
Yeah. And cut out the dairy, mucus producing.
Yeah, dairy is very allergenic. And please be careful, don't consume the GMOs. I know it's difficult. But I think Connecticut passed a labeling law.
Salute Connecticut.
Salute the state of Connecticut for doing the right thing and passing the GMO labeling law. And I think there are other states that will follow.
Hopefully.
I know countries have definitely said no to Monsanto. Monsanto's given up on Europe.
Going back to about the Nestle guy in the air, Monsanto believes that it owns the wheat, the soy, the corn, everything else that it's GMO'd.
We have a couple lawsuits going on in the United States. The farmers suing Monsanto concerning wheat, and I know the European Union. Monsanto is giving up on the European Union.
Good.
They said
give up over here.
We don't want Monsanto. Don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out.
Yeah, exactly. We see more goldfinches this time of year for two reasons. In their drab olive winter plumage, goldfinches are not as conspicuous in the winter. Cinqueña explains. Unless you live near weedy fields where winter finch flocks hunt for seeds or maintain a feeding station, you're unlikely to see them.
Yeah, like me.
Although they do migrate in some winters when there aren't enough seeds to sustain them, many reside with us year-round. Alas, the goldfinch's status as the official bird of the Garden State has come under fire of late.
Why couldn't I thought maybe Chris Christie might change the goldfinch to a more rotund, roly-poly looking bird to match himself.
Instead of this little quail thingy, yeah.
Yeah.
He might have a capon. A large capon.
What, a fattened oven stuffer roaster? A Purdue oven stuffer roaster? Or what would be a fat bird?
Well, a capon, I guess, because they get fat, you know,
Well,
because you cut off the, you know, what,
A big
balls or
wild
whatever,
turkey.
you know.
A big wild turkey would suffice because there's the wild turkey population.
Nah, the wild turkeys are usually slim. You gotta have a butterball.
It sounds like Chris Christie.
On Slate.com,
What the hell's that?
a birding blogger recently wrote
Birding blogger.
that New Jersey's choice of the American goldfinch for official bird was a poor one.
Why? What do they want?
After asserting that everyone knows that state birds are a big joke
They are.
and criticizing a general lack of thought put into the whole thing, Nicholas Lund rated each state's choice for official bird. Lund's opinion of New Jersey's selection, are you serious?
Well, some state birds are pretty authentic, like the Baltimore Oriole. It really is a bird.
And
Called
a
the
baseball team.
And a baseball team named after the bird. Yeah, so.
Another outdated name. Come on, New Jersey. You got a fine birding reputation. You're better than this. Never mind that Lund's choice for Jersey was the seaside sparrow.
What? Oh, what does the seaside sparrow sing? We're stronger than the storm. We're stronger than the storm. We're stronger than the storm. I am so nauseatingly sick of that commercial with Chris Christie's fat face saying, "We're stronger than the storm." Yeah, right.
The
Wait and see.
seaside sparrow is a bird unknown to anyone besides hardcore birders.
What does it sound like? The cast from the Jersey Shore? What is this? I never heard of this.
Our state could do worse than a goldfinch.